Welcome back to the best podcast ever. Guys, today I want to talk a little bit about injuries. I've been going through some problems, per se, with these injuries, and lately, what has been happening, and I'll explain the whole situation. I've gotten a couple injuries. One of them was definitely from squatting at the gym, squatting 2 plates on each side, not too much, I think that's 225. It's 225, doing it for reps, not something that's heavy to me at this point. And I felt a slight, and I wouldn't say a pop, I felt a sharp pain in my shin area where my shin meets my kneecap. And with that, I knew there was direct pain right away, so I racked it. It didn't feel that terrible, but it hurt, so I just laid off it for a little bit. Next day I woke up, and it was really messed up. Not terribly messed up. I shouldn't say really messed up, but it was messed up to the point where it was really bothering me. And with dealing with that injury, then I played hockey on the week or two after. Then I strained my groin. So now with these injuries, things are going downhill. But we got to bring them back uphill. We're trying to get back on this bulk. We're trying to gain some muscle. We're trying to get juicy. Trying to get juicy for next summer. Essentially what I want to do is I want to put on about 200 pounds. I'm at about 170 right now. About 5'11", 6 foot on a good day. So we're not looking too bad. We're definitely not looking too bad. We need to start upping the calories. I've been pretty good on my protein intake, but I think that I need to up the overall calories, and I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do that because I'm eating so much at the point where I feel like I'm going to die, but I guess it's time to die. If I got to die, I got to die for this because at this point, we're done slow bulking. The slow bulk was working all right. Now it's time to get playing with the big boys. We're going to start doing it big. We're not going to get dirty with it. We're not going to be eating candy, eating donuts. We might have a couple. But with that, I think that we're going to be on track for good things. Strength-wise, not looking too good. Not looking too fantastic. We're going to be working on that. There's a couple of exercises, or I should say lifts, that I do particularly well in. I would say shoulder press is one of them. I would say nothing else is better. Nothing else is really better than that. I feel like that's my only strong point. At least for now. I haven't really done a lot of strength to figure out what my strong points are, but I know for sure that shoulder press is something that I excel in. And I knew that surprisingly quick. I feel like when you go to the gym and you find these things that you're good at, it's almost like you put more effort into them, making them even better. So then it solidifies the thought process behind you thinking that body part is the strongest, which there's probably a little something weird to that, but I think that, again, it comes down to genetics for the most part. And with those genetics, I think that I haven't reached any kind of strength potential with my weight. I've always weighed light. I think that I have a bigger frame, but I've always weighed light. I weighed around in high school, went from 135 to 155, my heaviest. And again, since right now I'm about 170, 175 maybe, I'm slowly making it up. But I feel that for my size, I should be at least 200, and I think that I can do that in a solid manner where I will save a lot of my muscle. I won't have to gain a lot of extra body fat. I might gain some. I know, guys, not gonna be shredded anymore. The abs are gonna go away, and I've already gotten that off my back. You know, I've had my abs for long enough. It's time to get rid of them. If they go, they go. In the love for strength, I feel that is the right trade-off to trade my abs for the strength, because I think that I'm not doing enough, I'm not excelling enough, and I'm not making the right adjustments to get where I want to get. And it's gonna be a process. We know that. It's definitely gonna be a process. The thing that I'm wondering is, what food am I gonna eat to increase my calories? And I've gone over this with some thought for a while now. I try to increase my carbs in the morning because I go to the gym soon after I wake up and have coffee. And I think that I can up my calories in the morning for sure. But again, I think I just have to be eating on a more frequent basis. I'd say every 3 to 4 hour window, I have to consume some meal, preferably something with beef in it, high in protein, and with some healthy fats in there. I feel that I can get most of my carbs from the mornings, and I'm not on any particular diet either, but I think there are some foods that work well for me. So, for instance, maybe ground turkey, beef. Again, like I've talked about, those meats just do well for me, for whatever reason, and I feel like there's some backing to that because getting that protein, getting those minerals, and getting those vitamins from those meats, especially the beef, that's super important for my recovery, and that's super important for my mood stability, and I always feel great after consuming it. Now, other foods, not so much. Even, per se, healthy foods like spinach, I never really felt healthy after eating spinach. I felt worse. I don't know what it was, but there's certain foods that cause that, at least for me, and that's where the subjectiveness comes from. In diet, in exercise, there's so many different ways of going about it. It's not a bad thing. It's a good thing because of these genetics. There's different genetic codes between different people, and for different body types, different things work for different people, and same thing for diet, like I mentioned. And with that, I think that we as a society need to be doing better with our diet. Obviously, the obesity rate is going up, especially in the United States, and we need to do something about that. And I don't think it's a huge. It seems like a decent sized problem. Can be fixed though. Can be fixed. We can do this. Not a big deal. It just takes a little discipline. With our society, we can all be a little more disciplined, and we all know this. But again, it comes down to discipline. You have to control yourself, and that's how you come to be successful in life, is through discipline. People say discipline equals freedom. I think that's Jocko's phrase, and he's got a point there. I completely agree with his point, because I think that you genuinely have to be disciplined. You have to know what to do in those circumstances per situation, and you have to be disciplined with the choice. So many times, especially nowadays, the entertainment industry is trying to captivate you at every section, whether it's new movies, new video games, new experiences, VR, all these great dopamine inducers, all these outlets that are activities you do to gain a sense of happiness, and again, this dopamine rush. I think that it's going to consume too many people. I think that people are going to be using these devices and using these activities too much, and it's going to cause problems. I feel that nowadays I don't think there's a big problem with motivation for the younger generation. I'd say I'm part of the younger generation as well. But again, leading in the future when more technology develops, and we can do so much with getting the brain to really shoot off this dopamine from these activities, it's going to be interesting to see what happens in the future. And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it can be bad, and that's why I'm just interested to see how it plays out, because there can be a lot that comes into it, a lot of moving parts that come into play when it comes to a subject like this. Completely sidetracked on the diet thing, but again, with this podcast, I'm going to be gracing on so many different topics, and that's just how it's going to be. Hopefully, we can track my bulking. Hopefully, I'm getting somewhere. We're going to be trying. We're going to be trying super hard. And again, it comes back to what foods am I going to be eating? I think that I have to be consuming more fats, like peanut butter, guacamole, avocado. Guacamole more specifically, though, because that one's better than just regular avocado. But hummus. Oh, hummus is a good one. Hummus is great. I've been actually eating a little bit more hummus. And from consuming these fattier foods, it's easier for me to eat more calories because fats aren't as satiating. And that's what I probably should focus on for my bulk. And that's probably what I will do. I think I'm going to up my fats. My protein seems to be consistent and doing well. Maybe I'll bring it up a little bit. Carbs are fine, but I think fats need to go up for sure. So that's what I'm going to be working on the next few weeks. Might be documenting a little bit of it. We'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.